दोस्तों हमारे चैनल अलोंग विद ऐश को शेयर, सब्सक्राइब और लाइक कीजिए। हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल अलोंग विद ऐश। आप सबका स्वागत है मेरे चैनल अलोंग विद ऐश में। तो दोस्तों आज हम आए हैं द फ्लावर फील्ड्स, जो कि सिचुएटेड है कार्ल्सबैड सिटी, जो कि लोकेटेड है सैन डिएगो काउंटी में। ये प्लेस बहुत ही पॉपुलर है इन द स्प्रिंग सीजन ड्यू टू इट्स फ्लावर फील्ड्स। तो आज इस जगह का ट्रिप शुरू करते हैं इसके आउटर एरिया से, जो कि बहुत ही पॉपुलर है फॉर इट्स प्लांट्स, लॉट ऑफ फ्लावर्स ऑफ डिफरेंट वैरायटीज़। आप देख भी रहे हैं और लोग यहाँ पे घूम रहे हैं, सैर कर रहे हैं और फोटोग्राफी हो रही है, एंजॉय कर रहे हैं इस मोमेंट को। बेसिकली इस जगह को डेकोरेट किया गया है सो दैट द पीपल शुड एंजॉय द फोटोग्राफी कर सकें और अपने मेमोरेबल मोमेंट्स को इन लोकेशंस के ऊपर कैप्चर कर सके। ये एक अम्यूजमेंट एरिया बनाया हुआ है बच्चों के लिए। जिसमें डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ बच्चों की खेलने की एक्टिविटीज़ रखी गई हैं इस एरिया में। वी विजिटेड दिस प्लेस इन द मंथ ऑफ अप्रैल। तो उस टाइम कोविड के कारण तब भी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस थी काफ़ी, बट स्टिल पीपल वर देयर टू एंजॉय द स्प्रिंग सीजन। ये देखिए कितने वेराइटीज़ ऑफ फ्लावर्स हैं, ब्यूटीफुल लग रहे हैं। ऐसा लग रहा है कि किसी ने रंग भर दिया हो, तरह तरह के रंग भर दिए हों। ये एक फायर ब्रिगेड खड़ा है एंटीक। इन बिटवीन में आपको कुछ कार्ल्सबैड की इंट्रोडक्शन भी दे देता हूँ। कार्ल्सबैड जो एक कोस्टल सिटी है इन द नॉर्थ काउंटी ऑफ सैन डिएगो और 35 माइल्स फ्रॉम द सैन डिएगो डाउनटाउन। जो ये फ्लावर फील्ड्स का एरिया है, ये एक इसकी क्रिएशन हुई थी एक बड़े से रैंच के ऊपर। रैंच यू कैन से अ फार्म हाउस, जैसे इंडिया में हम फार्म हाउस बोलते हैं, हियर वी कॉल इट रैंच। तो रैंच के ऊपर इसका एक बहुत इसकी क्रिएशन हुई थी और ये जो ओपन होता है वंस अ ईयर होता है फ्रॉम द 1st of March थ्रू मदर्स डे। यू कैन से कि मदर्स डे के बाद ये क्लोज हो जाता है। तो इन बिटवीन जो एक स्प्रिंग सीजन की जो पूरा पीक होता है उस दौरान इट्स वेरी पॉपुलर एंड मैनी ऑफ द पीपल कम हियर फ्रॉम, यू कैन से फ्रॉम 1 लाख to 2 लाख एवरी ईयर पीपल इस जगह को विजिट करते हैं। और ये जो जगह है यहाँ पे बहुत से वेरियस काइंड्स ऑफ बहुत से तरह के अट्रैक्शंस भी हैं, जैसे कि यहाँ पे म्यूज़िकल इवेंट्स भी होते हैं, एजुकेशनल टूर्स भी होते हैं और जो कि हर साल होते हैं फॉर चिल्ड्रन एंड एडल्ट्स। तो फ्रेंड्स, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेक यू टू द बिगेस्ट अट्रैक्शन ऑफ दिस प्लेस, दैट इज़ अ जर्नी अराउंड द फ्लावर फील्ड्स ऑन अ एंटीक ट्रैक्टर वैगन। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं ये ट्रिप, जो कि एंटीक ट्रैक्टर वैगन के ऊपर है अराउंड द फील्ड्स।
Welcome to the wagon ride. Please remain seated at all times. Option of getting off halfway. you like to get off halfway, remember there's no reboarding this year, so it'll be a bit of a walk back. Other than that, enjoy your ride. Have fun.
बेसिकली जो वैगन होता है उसको हम ट्रॉली बोलते हैं, और ये देखिए एंटीक ट्रैक्टर्स हैं जो कि स्टीम पर चलते हैं, जिससे कि यहाँ के एटमॉस्फेयर में कोई भी पॉल्यूशन ना क्रिएट हो।
Hello and welcome everyone. We're glad you came to the flower fields. Your safety is our top priority. Please be seated and remain seated with your hands and feet inside the wagon. Don't forget you will need to wear a mask at all times. Your driver will stop at the top of the hill and you may get off the wagon, but you can't reboard. This year it's a one-way trip. Please make sure that you stay seated at all times until the wagon comes to a complete stop, as you are on a bumpy road. This wagon and tractor is provided by the Vista Antique Gas and Steam Engine Museum and their wonderful volunteers. We hope you have a wonderful ride while touring the flower fields. Thank you for staying seated.
Hello and welcome everyone. We're glad you came to the flower fields, and we hope you have a wonderful ride. We invite you to stop at the Rose Garden and enjoy their beauty and fragrance. The rose is one of nature's oldest flowers, believed to have originated in China. The rose is cultivated today in many forms and varieties. Roses are grown for their novelty, bud form, flower form, color, habit, quantity of blooms, vigor or renewal, fragrance, foliage, and appearance, along with resistance to insects and plant diseases. Children and adults will delight in Santa's Playground, the new home to whimsical playhouses and gigantic mushrooms that were part of Santa's Village in Lake Arrowhead years ago. Come see the Guard Shack, Dollhouse, Crooked Treehouse, and colorful mushrooms that so many of us remember from our very own childhood. The flower fields are more than just beautiful fields of color. They provide a stunning backdrop for your wedding, corporate gathering, or other special event. Our Paul Ecke Jr. barn, nestled among the flowers, can accommodate up to 200 guests. March through May are the most ideal months for events because the flowers are in bloom. However, the barn is open throughout the year, January through December, for all types of events. More information can be found on the Flower Fields website. Stroll through Memory Lane, a 1,500 square foot greenhouse filled with the world famous Ecke poinsettias. Enjoy hundreds of exciting poinsettias in over 20 rare and unusual varieties. Learn the history of the world's best-selling potted plant, the poinsettia. Try to find the solution to this one-of-a-kind sweet pea maze. Immerse yourself in thousands of fragrant and colorful, old-fashioned sweet pea blossoms. Take your time. There is more than a third of a mile of walking paths in this patriotic color display to explore, to amuse, to entertain you. Cymbidiums have also become a popular orchid of the California gardener. These plants will tolerate night temperatures down to as low as 35 degrees, making them very adaptable to California conditions. The coastal conditions here at the flower fields in Carlsbad are ideal for the culture of Cymbidiums. These conditions grow strong, robust plants that are free of pests and diseases. Our Cymbidium varieties are hand-picked based on several important criteria: ease of growth, temperature tolerance, large flower size, and color. The Flower Fields Cymbidium Orchids Project is funded through the City of Carlsbad's Agricultural Mitigation Grant. The City of Carlsbad is an active supporter of the Flower Fields and the Cymbidium Orchids Project. It is a continuation of their commitment to the success of this iconic destination, the Flower Fields. The fields today are a direct result of nearly 100 years of floral cultivation that began with Luther Gage, an early settler and horticulturalist that settled in the area in the early 1920s. Mr. Gage brought ranunculus seeds to the area and began growing them in his fields next to Frank Frazee's small vegetable farm in South Oceanside. In 1931, ranunculus, he introduced his son Edwin to the art of seeding, cultivating, and irrigating the pretty but not yet popular flower. At the age of 16, Edwin Frazee quit high school to work full-time on his father's burgeoning flower operation. The ranunculus is native to Asia Minor and a member of the buttercup family. Originally, the flowers were single-petaled and ranged in shades of red and yellow. The beautiful colors and fullness of the flowers you see now are due to the careful selection done by Edwin Frazee over many years. If nature provided a full flower or an unusual color, Mr. Frazee would save the seed and plant them the next year. This resulted in full flowers in 13 beautiful colors, including Picotee, a mixture of variegated colors that we have today. Edwin Frazee made several moves over the years, but in 1965 he moved his ranunculus, along with gladiolus growing operation, to the current site, land owned by the Ecke family of Encinitas. They had previously used the land to grow their poinsettias, but in the 60s they moved all propagation into greenhouses. Paul Ecke Jr. and Edwin were both flower farmers, which helped form a strong bond between the two men. When Edwin decided to retire in 1993, Paul convinced him to stay on as a consultant to a new grower to carry on his work. Paul brought in Milano and Company, another longtime flower-growing family, to take over the growing of the beautiful ranunculus. Paul Jr. also looked at tourism as an important way to keep the fields financially viable, as field-grown agriculture had become increasingly more difficult over the years. The stage was set for the enduring preservation and promotion of this enchanting cultural emblem of Carlsbad. Hence, the Flower Fields at Carlsbad Ranch was born. In 2002, Paul Ecke Jr. died. 2 years later, Edwin Frazee passed away. Paul's goal to bring people closer to agriculture and Edwin's wish to have ranunculus live on beyond his death were achieved. Their presence is felt each spring when the ranunculus bloom into blazing fields of color. From its humble beginnings in Luther Gage's flower beds to one of San...
ये ऑन द रूट एक बीच का स्टॉपेज है, अगर कोई उतरना चाहता है तो वो उतर सकता है अपने फ्लावर फील्ड्स में फोटोग्राफी और एंजॉयमेंट करने के लिए।
Diego County's most enduring and recognizable landmarks, the flower fields continue to showcase nature's artistry and to symbolize the donors to manage the retail store. This agreement allows the flower fields personnel to concentrate on what they do best, growing beautiful flowers for the world to enjoy. For those not fortunate enough to be able to visit the flower fields, photos from this amazing horticultural site can be found at easytogrowbulbs.com. Today, the flower fields represents the perfect synthesis of a robust working ranch and regional tourist attraction. Ample parking, an Armstrong Garden Center, special event opportunities, historical information, and floral products are provided to thousands of visitors each year. Additionally, our Paul Ecke Jr. Barn can accommodate up to 200 guests for events, galas, and weddings. Due to the continued benevolence and foresight of the Ecke family, the flower fields will continue to be a national jewel, an attraction enjoyed for future generations. The red, white, and blue American flag is made of petunias. The flag is strategically planted on our hillside and is a tribute to those men and women who have valiantly fought for our country. The Flower Fields has annually planted a floral American flag on the south slope of the fields as a tribute to our courageous warriors. Near the end of the wagon tour, the brilliant flag can be seen overlooking Palomar Airport Road. Drawing inspiration from the designs of the cloistered gardens of the medieval era known as pleasure gardens, and the contemplative gardens of Islamic and Christian traditions, the Artist Garden is built around a reflecting pool. The Artist Garden offers visitors a sense of serenity while encouraging discovery of its many intricate details. Formal flower beds of intense color, painted wood planter boxes and trellises, vine-covered arches, walking paths, wooden benches, and aviaries create a calming atmosphere for our visitors. Children and adults can sit on the edge of the pool and surround themselves in this enchanted garden.
Thank you for joining us at the Flower Fields. Please stay seated until the wagon comes to a complete stop. We invite you to spend more time at all of the areas we discovered today. And if you're interested in taking advantage of the Flower Fields as a venue for your upcoming corporate event, wedding, or special celebration, visit us online at theflowerfields.com. Enjoy the rest of your visit.
Hello and welcome everyone. We're glad you came to the Flower Fields. Your safety is our top priority. Please be seated and remain seated with your hands and feet inside the wagon. Don't forget you will need to wear a mask at all times. Your driver will stop at the top of the hill and you may get off the wagon, but you can't reboard. This year it's a one-way trip. Please make sure that you stay seated.
जो ये ट्रैक्टर और वैगन है, ट्रैक्टर और ट्रॉली है, ये प्रोवाइड करता है यहाँ का एंटीक गैस एंड इंजन म्यूज़ियम। और ये नॉन प्रॉफिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो इसको यहाँ पे रन करती है वॉलंटरीली। बहुत ही ह्यूज प्लेस है जिसमें ये फ्लावर्स की प्लांटेशन है, आप देख भी रहे हैं। इट्स रियली अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल एंड रोमांटिक प्लेस। ऐसा लगता है जैसे हम किसी ड्रीम सीक्वेंस में आ गए हैं यहाँ पे। और देखिए बहुत से कपल्स आए हुए हैं यहाँ पे और बहुत से लोग यहाँ पे फोटोग्राफी कर रहे हैं, एंजॉय कर रहे हैं इस मोमेंट को। इट्स रियली यू कैन से अ ड्रीम कम ट्रू साइट। और अब हमारा ऑलमोस्ट जो जर्नी था अराउंड द फील्ड्स वो कमिंग टू एंड हो रहा है। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको ये जगह ज़रूर पसंद आएगी। इस जगह को देख के मुझे वो सिलसिला पिक्चर में जो गाना था, देखा एक ख्वाब तो ये सिलसिले हुए, जो वो ट्यूलिप गार्डन था, तो वैसे ही कुछ फील आ रहा था यहाँ पे। मैंने सुना है कि यहाँ कैलिफोर्निया में ट्यूलिप गार्डन भी है, तो देखते हैं, एक्सप्लोर करेंगे कभी उसको, तो उसको भी कवर करेंगे। तो फ्रेंड्स, एक ब्यूटीफुल जर्नी अराउंड द फील्ड्स, फ्लावर फील्ड्स के बाद अब हम अपने डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुंच गए हैं और मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको ये टूर ज़रूर पसंद आया होगा। तो मिलते हैं जल्द एक नेक्स्ट वीडियो पे एक नए डेस्टिनेशन पे। तब तक के लिए टेक केयर, स्टे हेल्दी, स्टे हैप्पी, बाय बाय।